If the 12-volt power outlet has stopped working in your Kia Sportage, it might be time to replace the socket. This outlet, located right next to the USB port in the center console, is an important feature for powering and charging accessories like dashcams, phone chargers, or portable air compressors. I will show you step by step how to replace this socket in a 4th generation Kia Sportage. Before you start replacing the power outlet socket, it's a good idea to check the fuse, since a blown fuse is often the reason the socket stops working. Pull the hood release lever inside the vehicle and lift the hood. The fuse box is located in the engine compartment right next to the engine air filter housing. Press the small tabs on the sides of the fuse box cover and lift it up. Under the fuse box cover, you will find a diagram showing the fuse locations and their functions. Look for the fuse labeled as Power Outlet 1. This one controls the front power socket. That will be this 20 amp fuse in the fuse box. Use the fuse puller tool provided inside the fuse box to remove the fuse. If the metal strip inside the fuse is broken or burnt, it means the fuse is blown. Replace it with a new 20 amp fuse. Once replaced, recheck your power outlet. If it still does not work, then you will have to replace the socket itself. Before starting, disconnect the negative turn on the battery for safety reasons. To access the power outlet, you will have to remove the front console tray, center console upper cover, and also the gear knob and its boot. Start by moving the gear shifter to the neutral position. If you do not already know, you can move the shifter without starting the engine. There is a manual shift release right here. Use a flathead screwdriver to lift the cap labeled as shift lock release. Then press the giant white button inside and move the gear shifter into the neutral position. Now it's time to remove the gear shift boot from the center console. This part can feel a little stubborn as the boot sits tightly in place, but there's a simple way to make it much easier. Take a few plastic trim tools and slide them down along the side of the boot space. Once they are in place, gently start prying upward. You will hear the first few clips release. Keep working your way around the boot until all the clips release. Take your time and avoid using excessive force to prevent breaking the clips. With the boot free, you can now remove the gear knob. Hold it firmly with both hands and pull straight upward. It is held on by internal clips, so it won't budge right away. Apply steady upward pressure. Do not twist, just pull straight upward and eventually it will pop free. Now you can remove the center console upper cover. Start by getting a firm grip on the console cover near the rear section, close to the armrest. Carefully pull upward. You will hear the retaining clips popping loose. Work your way forward along both sides of the console, gently lifting section by section until the entire cover begins to come free. When you lift the cover, you will see a wiring harness attached underneath. You do not have to unplug anything here. Instead, place a soft microfiber cloth over the center armrest and gently rest the console cover on top of it. This protects the plastic from getting scratched and gives you enough room to keep working comfortably on the power socket. Now that the upper console cover is out of the way, the next step is to remove the front console tray. This tray is secured with 2 screws at the front. Use a Phillips head screwdriver to remove both the screws. With the screws out, the tray will still be held in place by a few clips. Grab the tray firmly and pull upward. You will feel the clips pop loose one by one. Once all the clips release, pull out the tray. When the tray is free, you can see the backside of the panel where the power outlet socket is located. To make the job easier and to avoid putting any strain on the wiring harnesses, it is best to remove the tray completely before replacing the power socket. Start by disconnecting the large connector at the back of the tray. Press down on the locking tab and pull it straight out. Also, unplug the 2 small connectors for the USB port as well. Once all the connectors are free, you can remove the tray from the vehicle. Remove the electrical connector for the power socket. Press the locking tab on the side, then pull out the connector. The socket is held in place with plastic locking tabs or hooks that snap into this removable plastic panel at the back. It is really difficult to remove it by just pushing it out, as it is very tightly seated. So what you should do here is partially loosen the panel first. Remove the 2 screws on the side of the power socket. Then use a flathead screwdriver to lift up the plastic piece. It might take some effort, so have a little patience. The power socket will unclip as you lift up the panel. Once it's loose, you can just pull out the socket from the front side. Here is a close-up of the power outlet socket. Before installing the new socket, reinstall the 2 screws at the back of the tray that you removed earlier. Then take your new socket and align it with the opening in the panel from the front side. Make sure it is positioned in the correct orientation. The locking tabs should face the same way as the old one. Push the socket straight into the opening until you hear or feel the retaining tabs snap into place. Next, reconnect the electrical connector to the back of the new socket. Push it in until it clicks. Once everything is in place, you're ready to reinstall the console tray and upper cover. Take the tray back inside the vehicle and position it next to the front console. Reconnect all 3 wiring harnesses you removed earlier. Push in the connectors until you hear a click. Next, position the tray back into its original place, aligning the mounting tabs and edges carefully with the console. Once it's properly lined up, press it down gently until it sits flush. Next, reinstall the 2 screws you removed earlier. Now reinstall the center console upper cover. Position the cover back over the console area and press along the edges. You'll hear the clip snapping back into place as the cover locks down. Make sure the cover sits flush with the surrounding trims. Finally, reinstall the gear knob and shift boot. Take the gear knob and push it straight down onto the shifter shaft until it snaps into place. Make sure it is aligned properly and does not twist or wobble. Once the knob is locked in, position the boot around the base of the shifter and press it down firmly. Work your way around the edges until all the retaining clips snap in and the boot sits flush with the console. Move the shifter to the park position, then reconnect the negative terminal of the battery. Turn on the ignition or start the engine and test your new power outlet. Make sure it is working properly. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Reassembly for more DIY automotive tutorials. Thanks for watching.